But we're just going to talk about college and what has our experience been so far.
Yeah.
And how does it compare to high school?
Yeah.
Is it like high school or is it not? Jacob, lead us off.
Yeah, I think both of us, we had, expectations of what it was going to be like, how schools present themselves,
Sure.
At the, admission days and when you visit on tours and stuff. I think the biggest thing for me was I didn't want it to be like high school in the sense that you had you had your jocks, you had, your popular groups, you had, maybe the nerds, you had this and this and that, and there's a hierarchy. I wanted to go to a school where there were people were similar to me, where, I had a broad range of interests. I wasn't just classified as one group. So when BC did this, and a lot of groups do this, they present themselves as very well-rounded students, very holy, very this and this and that. But, in reality that I've learned, and I think at every other school when I talk to my friends, is that there are people like that, which is awesome, but it really is for BC, I feel like, high school round 2.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And how I would view high school is going off there's a dramatic social hierarchy here. I think partly due because we don't have a formal social hierarchy called frats or Greek life, so people will create our own and we'll have kind of a culture like that. I think wealth plays a factor in that as well. This is a very wealthy school, and I think those who are uber wealthy kind of align with themselves with other uber wealthy kids, and I don't think they exclude anyone explicitly, obviously, but it's more that subconscious, subliminal, implicit kind of exclusion that definitely takes place. I think high school was far for me like set routine. Had to do this, had to do this, had to do this. Someone was telling me to do all this. You had class from 9 to 3, 9 to 2 maybe. And then, your social life and social groups were kind of dictated by the whims of, prepubescent, post-pubescent children and emotions, right? And they're kind of just going all over and stuff like that. Certainly as a student now, a sophomore, halfway through college, which is crazy, it feels the same. Feels the same in the regards of people's interactions feel like high school again. Very, not immature, because that's a very pejorative term, and I don't want to demean anyone. But certainly it is far more, childlike, and it's not like that mature level like you would feel in like a grad student situation like that. One house party we went to with grad students. Far more elevated conversation. The conversation topics were far more, self-actualizing and enlightened than just like what do you do, kind of shit, So, I don't know. I just feel like it is still kind of like high school, that we're still the kids who are in it's like what Kanye said. We're still the kids we used to be, and that, well, he didn't say it, but he wrote it for that one woman in the one song what was that? That album he dropped in the summer. But we're still the kids we used to be. Yeah. We're still those kids in high school that now are just older and, have a name behind us.
Yeah. Just to make clear to our viewers, I think BC's an awesome school. It's been an awesome experience so far, but it's more so just like knowing what I do think. I like college. I love college because, like you said, you have the opportunity to do what you want.
Right.
You can never have the opportunity to do this show, in high school, or have the time to do it, especially. I love the classes. I love the professors. But I think socially there isn't a big change from what high school was. No. So. Now,
I would say going off of time, I think we are more pinched for time. That's what they said at least, and that makes sense. You have fewer classes and you don't have 5 classes a day like you did in high school, but
it's filled out by what you want to do, homework, studying.
Exactly. And now we don't have set sports requirements, so then you have that freed up, but does it really feel freed up? Not really. No, it really is kind of just a different light. I've spoken to some friends who go to other schools, state schools mostly, and about their culture and stuff like that. Now they have frats and stuff, so it's different kind of vibe. You get far more of a social scene that is very exclusionary. Here it's more inclusionary. In certain lights. I was speaking to a friend from Ireland, and he kind of came over here and was like, "Wow, U.S. or at least BC, it's very weird. You can't knock on someone's door like you can in Ireland with 2 beers and say, 'Hey, can I come in and party?' No, you have to know someone in that party, and maybe they'll let you in. Which is it's so true. You go to Walsh. If you don't know anyone in that room, you're not getting in. You knock on the door like, "Oh, who do you know here?" It's like, okay, what is this? Like some bouncer club?
Yeah.
But that's all throughout the U.S. Frats and non-frats, non-Greek life schools.